All right. Thank you. Thank you to the panel members for serving on the panel. And I just want to take these last few minutes to just close. I won't keep you here too long. So just a quick recap of what we saw today. We went through 4 different challenges on the standard. Right. All right. On the standard VQA data set, on the text VQA data set, where we're getting models to read and reason about text, and like Dhruv was saying, this was very much inspired by VizWiz, where we saw that visually impaired users ask a lot of questions about text and images. On the GQA data set, that requires sort of complex visual reasoning, but on real images. And finally, the visual dialogue data set, where we're trying to train agents to actually have a conversation with humans grounded in visual content. And thank you to all the speakers. It was nice hearing from sort of a mix of vision researchers, language researchers, some researchers who've done mostly vision and language through their research career, and I think it was very useful insights from them. So I just want to take a few minutes to sort of take a step back a little bit. We've been organizing this workshop for 4 years at this point. We've heard from so many amazing speakers over this was sort of this year, today, 2018, 2017, 2016. We've had, I think, I didn't actually check the stats, but at least 120 challenge participants just in the VQA challenge. I just did a quick Google Scholar search, and there seemed to be 3,000 papers that I guess mentioned visual question answering at some point. And so that sort of can feel like there's a lot going on here. But then sort of in parallel, as a research community, as researchers, we tend to be skeptical. We're always looking at things that are lacking, because that's how sort of you inspire progress going forward. And so then every so often there are these threads of, oh, all these data sets have biases, and here's the simple model that actually outperforms last year's state of the art that was so complicated. Vision isn't even solved. Should we be looking at vision and language? Oh, Alyosha said we shouldn't be working on vision and language, as I'll regret it down the line. The review process is so noisy. What does any of this even mean anything? And sort of, it can get a bit gray and dark, right, every so often. And so I just want to take a sort of point out that sort of the answer to does this even mean anything, I feel like is yes. I do think there is a good percentage. I'm not saying everything means a lot or sort of everything that we do is meaningful. There is a good amount of noise. Data sets do have biases. There are simple models that work better than state of the art. But I feel like as a community, the progress is, and maybe I'm biased here, but is very real, right? Like we saw this chart earlier today on the VQA data set. This is an absolute improvement of 20% on this data set that many are sort of calling wacky, and there are these questions in them that are strange and so on. But we have been doing this, right? As a community, we are continuing to answer these questions more and more accurately over time. And so I think that is exciting, so we should take a moment to sort of pat ourselves on the back a little bit. And to maybe, I'll try and give a qualitative sense of this. We have this demo that you can all try out. And recently, we put together, so we used to have this model from 2016 that's been up there for a while. Many of you may have tried it. And we recently plugged in a much more recent model from 2018 that is close to the winner last year. And it's actually fun to contrast, and Sanya and others were making the point that these systems are very interactive. I think that also makes it very easy to get a sense for is it really working, is it not working? And so let's take a few minutes to try and do that, and hopefully we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this works. So let's try this one. This is the 2016 model. And so for this image, let's ask it what is in this image. And it says toothbrush. It's not bad. What is going on in this image? It says brushing teeth. Let's do the famous how many hand towels are there. And it says 2, of course it says 2. Yeah, so that's, I guess it's reasonable. That's not too bad. Let's try this one here. So this is still the 2016 model. What is in this image? Phone, okay. What is going on in this image? Phone. What is the person doing? Texting. So I mean, yeah, I guess there's a phone, there's a person's hand. It's plausible that it's texting, but it's not quite accurate. Let's try this other one, still 2016, and I promise this is the last one on 2016. What is going on in this image? Computer. What is in this image? Train. Yeah, so that's kind of where 2016, and it kind of feels right? It's getting some of the basic things right. It kind of gets often what's going on in images, but then every so often it's completely out there. And let's try this with the Pythia model from 2018. I think I started on this one. And let's see how this does. What is in this image? I think last time it said toothbrush. What is in this image? Baby. What is the baby doing? Brushing teeth. What is the baby holding? Toothbrush. How many hand towels are there? 2. Okay, maybe not everything changes. Here's another one. So back to the computer train situation. What is in this image? Man, okay. What is going on in this image? Meeting, it's much better, not train anymore or computer. What are the people doing? Talking. How many people are there? 5, it's not 2. Are there any women? No, the model actually says no. For those of you who were around in 2016, models always said yes, remember? So that's better. Let's try this one. All right, what is in this image? Cell phone. What is the person doing? Last time it was texting. Now it says taking picture. What is the person taking a picture with? It's a cell phone, so it seems like it realizes that the person is taking a picture with a cell phone. And let's try this last one, and then I promise I'll let you go. So this is sort of GQA inspired. What is in this image? Well, not what is in this image part of it, but the next question. Donuts, all right? What is the color of the donut at the top? Brown. What is the color of the donut on the top? Pink. So this is something that still is an issue with models where minor rephrasings can change the answer. What is the color of the donut at the bottom right? And it says brown, so at least it's saying something different from the donut on the top. And let's try this with the 2016 model again to see if it can get this. Oops, what did I click on? Oh, the banner, I see. And in 2016, sort of, it wasn't getting that quite right. Right, so I don't know if I convinced you of my main point being that I think this sort of progress is real. You should check out this demo or other demos that are out there. And just sort of playing with these things gives you a sense that there is a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot more to be done. But I think the progress that we're making as a community is real. And so I personally at least find that very exciting. Yeah, so that's the last thing I wanted to say. I showed you the demo. Oh, the last thing I want to say is there are still some buttons and stickers. So please grab some on the way out. And yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you got something out of all of this. I hope it was useful. And have a good CVPR. Maybe we'll see you next year again.